Hi guys, it's Jamila here from Slap. Today I'm going to be trying out the brand new Fenty Beauty Bright Fix Concealer. This is a concealer, a corrector, a brightener. It comes out in quite a few different shades depending on your skin tone. There are a few different shades for you to be able to choose from and to be able to colour correct and conceal and brighten however you see fit. So I'm going to be trying out a couple of the shades for you guys today. If you haven't subscribed already guys, please subscribe. We would love to have you in the Slap family. And without further ado guys, here is the I am back. I finally got my hair done. I look like a very professional lady. It's a bit shorter, but I'm feeling it. As you guys saw from my Olaplex video, it was very damaged. So we kind of all knew that a lot of it was gonna get chopped off, especially all the straggly bits at the back and just around the area. So I'm very happy with it. So I'm not in my bathroom today, but I am gonna be shooting from this location for the next week. So both of my videos this week are going to be with this new minimalist background, but next week I will be back in my bathroom. Hopefully my hair will still look like this. So I'm going to be trying out the brand new Fenty Beauty Bright Fix Concealer, Corrector, Brightener for you guys today. It comes in 16 shades and there are 4 shades in each category. So as with everything Fenty, she's got light, light medium, her medium deep, and then her deep. There are a few crossover shades like the shade Pumpkin, like the shade Peach. Peach works for light medium, medium, and medium deep. Pumpkin works for medium, deep, and deep. But each category has 3 or 4 shades that they can choose from. So I'm in the medium deep category, which is kind of this skin tone, a bit richer as well. And then there's a deep category as well, which is even richer, which is really, really good. As we know, Fenty Beauty is an inclusive beauty line. She's always been, and she's always made sure that she creates shades for everyone, both sides of the spectrum. So light, fair, deep, rich. So in my category, there is Peach, which is a really light, kind of peachy corrector shade. There's Pumpkin, which is like a really traditional orange color corrector shade. It's very rich orange. And then there's Honey Mustard, which looks like a very yellow mustard shade. And then there's Almond Butter, which is like a very fair tan brown. So I like the look of all of those shades. I didn't really get why I'd need Honey Mustard. Maybe if your skin is fairer than me, it would work better. Peach also looked like a bit too light. Didn't feel like I really needed peach, and I wanted to try the traditional orange color corrector and see how that went. So I decided to go for Pumpkin and Almond Butter. They all look like really, really nice skin tone shades, and the corrector shades look really soft and lovely. So I'm really excited about this. I'm going to show you guys the swatches. These swatches are available at fentybeauty.com. So if you do need a little bit of help with the shade, they're also going to be in the Slap app very soon. So they'll also be up there as well. They're also at Sephora, Harvey Nichols and Boots in the UK. It is £18 and 25 US dollars. So it says, instantly hydrates, brightens and blurs, light as air, sheer to buildable coverage that lasts. An under-eye brightener that easily hydrates, brightens and conceals, delivers a fast, natural, no makeup effect, with sheer to buildable coverage. Like the best sleep of your life in a tap. Bright Fix infused with Hydra Blend Complex instantly hydrates, brightens, blurs and corrects. Just a drop delivers a fast, natural, no makeup effect with sheer to buildable coverage. Crease, humidity and sweat resistant long wear formula in 16 shade options. The lightweight, serum-like texture smoothly melts into skin, feels comfortable and leaves a flawless finish. Applies well with fingers, brush or sponge. Contains jojoba oil to help condition delicate under-eye skin. This is 10 mils and 0.33 ounces. So the thing I really like about this straight off the bat is the fact that it says it has a lightweight serum-like consistency. So I feel like it's going to be nice and buildable. It's going to feel really nice and light under the eyes. They do make a point of saying that it is going to be hydrating under the eyes as well, so it shouldn't get dry, shouldn't feel cakey. Hopefully it won't settle into fine lines. It says you can apply it however you like, which is really great because I forgot my brush. They said it is crease proof, humidity proof and sweat resistant, so shouldn't get into my creases, it shouldn't get into my fine lines. It also says that it contains jojoba oil, which is a really good nourishing oil and really good for your skin. So hopefully this is going to be really nice on the under eyes and really comfortable. I'm just going to quickly show you the packaging and then I'm going to get into a demo. that is the packaging. They're really cute. They're like very pale pink, blush pink tubes, squeezy tubes, and the actual applicator itself is a very hard plastic, but it's kind of shaped in a rollerball, so I feel like if you wanted to, you can use it to actually roll the concealer or the corrector on, kind of just depuff the eyes as well. So I think it's really clever packaging, really nicely put together. It's really cute. It's in a squeezy tube, so you know it's not going to break or anything, really easy to travel with. I also like the fact that the product doesn't actually come out on its own. It seems like it's well stopped by the actual packaging. It's got like a little stopper just at the bottom of the lid, so it kind of stops it from squeezing out and getting everywhere, which is really, really smart. I also like the fact that the lids are clear and you can see the colour through it, so you know which one you're picking up. A tiny bit went a really long way and it just kept going and giving, so definitely feel like you'll get a lot out of this. And obviously with a colour corrector you don't need too much anyway. Some colour correctors do feel quite stiff and hard to blend out, whereas this one felt very light. I'm going to try the colour corrector on this side first, and then I'm going to try the almond butter on its own on this side, just so we can see what it would look like if I just wanted to use the more skin tony one on its own, whether it does cover enough dark circle or whether you do really need it to have the colour corrector underneath. So I'm just going to pop a bit of this orange corrector under my eye. Let's see how it goes. It's very spreadable. It's kind of getting everywhere. I think I put on too much. So I'm going to let that side dry down a little bit. It's drying down. It's still got a little bit of tackiness under the eye. It does look a bit nuts, but it does seem to have cancelled out that brown, which is great, but obviously I do still need to cover it. So we'll see how well the concealer goes on top of it. On this side, I'm just going to go in with the shade Almond Butter, which looked like a really nice brown shade. Looked like the perfect shade for my skin tone. Just a little bit lighter, but not too bright. This is it here. I do quite like this applicator though, the way it comes through. I spoke too soon. This is it with the almond butter blended out, and this is it with the pumpkin blended out. It felt a lot more lightweight. It's really nice and like a serum, so I really do like the consistency of this. I think it would look even better blended out with a brush if I had it, but I do like it. It feels so lightweight on the skin and it looks really good. It doesn't look like I've gone crazy. It's also not too light as well. It's like a really good shade. You can still see a little bit of darkness, but it's absolutely fine. It looks very natural, it's very chill, and it's a lot quicker than having to correct and then go in with another concealer on top. So far, if I had to just buy one, it would be this one, the Almond Butter shade. But now I'm going to try the Almond Butter on top of the corrector to see how they go together. Definitely does look brighter with the orange corrector underneath. I didn't really expect it to make that much of a difference. I felt like this side was absolutely fine and it looked really good. But now I've got the concealer on top of the corrector, I feel like this is just like beaming through. I think my only concern is just getting rid of all the orange, and that being the concealer being able to cover the orange. So I'm just going to blend it out. If you just want a really quick and easy concealer, I think the almond butter on its own is fine, but I do really like what the orange colour corrector has done. I'm not used to wearing them, and I do think it's actually made a big difference. It's brightened up my complexion. It's also given me a bit more coverage as well. I could potentially get away with just going out with my makeup like this, so I do think it's actually done a good job. I'm going to pop a little bit more of the almond butter on this side just to see if on its own it can be built up to cover up any dark circles. So guys, that is the almond butter shade on with 2 layers, and as you can see, I feel like it's good enough on its own. I think just having 2 layers of it is enough to brighten under the eye and cover the dark circle. I feel like it looks a lot brighter now than it did with just the 1 layer on. It looks even brighter than the other side now, so I think you can get away with either. I think the colour corrector side just brings it back to a slightly more normal skin tone shade, whereas the almond butter side looks just really bright. I'm going to do a quick comparison to some other concealers. So the Fenty Beauty is £18.25 US. It is 10ml and 0.34 fluid ounces. The Kosas concealer is £26.28 US, and it is 6ml. Pat McGrath is £25.32 US, 5 mils and 0.16 fluid ounces. The NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer is £24.50, and it is 6 mils and it is $30 US. They're all a bit more expensive than the Fenty, and they're all smaller, so I think it's really good that the Fenty's come out in such a big size, but because it is such a lightweight consistency, I think it's good for her to come out with something a bit bigger, just because you are going to need to do 2 layers if you do want a more full coverage like I've got on this side. I really like this. I'm going to pop a bit of foundation on. When I was powdering down and putting the foundation down, I do feel like that concealer had a bit of a tackiness to it. It doesn't really dry down completely, but I'm just going to pop a bit of blusher on. I'm going for a chill look today. And a bit of mascara, and I'll be back. It does look a little bit heavy with the powder under my eye. I don't know if it's too much. I looked in the mirror and it just looked really intense. So I'm going to quickly set down my face, see if that makes any difference. I do think now I've set down my face a little bit, it does look a bit less intense, it looks a bit less powdery and full on. I do really like these products, and I think they do a good job. I think you don't really need to get both. If you don't normally colour correct, I wouldn't say you desperately need to get the colour correcting one. I think if you just go for your regular concealer shade, then I think you'll be absolutely fine with just layering this on twice. Under powder, I'm not sure it works as beautifully as it does just on its own, but I think maybe that was just the powder I used. I'm just going to give you guys a final close-up with the lights and then with the daylight, and then that's it. So guys, that is it. That is the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix Under Eye Creamy Concealer Corrector Brightener. I definitely do feel like it's brightened my eyes. It hasn't given me the most flawless under eye. There is a little bit of creasing. The blend up wasn't 100% perfect, but I do feel like when paired with the corrector, you don't really see any shadows, and it does give my skin a really nice flawless look. I do think that it battles a little bit with the powder I use, and there is a tackiness to it that I'm not in love with, but I do think it's a really nice product, and I think it's really good value for money considering, so I definitely would give it a try. I just had a quick look in the mirror. I'm not 100% 100% sold on this concealer with a powder on top of it. I just do feel like it looks a bit heavy under the eye. It doesn't really blend out very well. I've tried to move it and blend it in a bit more just so it looks a bit more seamless, but it doesn't blend it out very easily. It also just looks a bit heavy in real life. It looked absolutely fine when I had just the concealer on its own, but I think with the powder it just didn't really work. Maybe it's just the powder I use, I'm not really sure, but it's just a Laura Mercier translucent powder. I don't think I use some really crazy products that would make this do this, but I will try it with other powders. I do really like it without the powder though, so I think that is a really nice kind of concealer if you want a no makeup day, and they did mention that in the description, so maybe that's just the best way to wear it. It does make me consider wearing correctors more, but I just don't think they'll be an everyday thing, so we will see. I will keep using it and keep testing it. Let me know in the comments down below if you will be buying it, if you will be trying it, what your thoughts are. I hope you guys found this helpful, hopefully find it useful. If you haven't subscribed already guys, please subscribe. We would love to have you in the Slap family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next